Hi guys, so I'm basically new to making the whole YouTube thing, so this video is probably going to suck, but I've decided that I wanted to show my story of living with autism, basically, because I've noticed that a lot of people have shared their stories in the past, so I figured I'd share mine. Little known fact with living with autism, it sucks. And for those of you who don't know what autism is, it's a mental disorder that some people are born with, some people are not. It affects the part of your brain that is basically tells you what to do socially. It's like people that are considered normal know what to do in social situations. But people that suffer with autism, most of the time, do not. And a social situation could basically be anything. It could be walking up to a person and saying hello. It could be trying to give eye contact, or just trying to have a conversation with someone, for that matter. Or saying please or thank you. And it can affect different other things, but basically, my story is, it's not really dramatic. It's not like some sob story where people could just put on those commercials or they could say, hey, you could help a child in need. And no, it's not really anything like that, but it's my story, so I figured I'd share it. Basically, I was diagnosed with autism when I was 10 years old. I've always had a little bit of trouble with different things. I was basically put in an IEP at my school when I was in second grade, and basically my life is a bit different than normal people. I'm not really good at talking to people. I can't. I find myself being scared to just walk up and say hello to a person, because when I do, the awkwardness seems to find me. It's something, it's like a blockage. Like you can't, it takes time, and it takes certain things to, and with me, I had a lot of help. I've had therapy. I've had social skills class from my lovely teacher. She knows who she is. And I've had practice. I was able to watch other people conversate with others. As far as the social thing goes, having to stop myself from doing things that I would think, hey, maybe this isn't the right thing to do socially. Times I would interrupt people. I still have this problem today, but not nearly as bad. But I would interrupt someone by accident mid-conversation. And I wouldn't mean to, but that's just how I acted. I'd think, oh, hey, this person is talking. I have to stop and listen to what they have to say. And then other times, I would always talk about things that I was interested in, because I couldn't really relate to a lot of girls my age especially when I was in school. I was never into the things that a lot of the girls was into. Like, a lot of the girls my age, they were into, like, when I was in school, they were into Hannah Montana, and they were into makeup, and they were into drama shows, Pretty Little Liars, stuff like that. And I was into, like, different things, like screamo music. I was into anime, which that doesn't make someone autistic, but I'm just trying to point out that I was different than a lot of the girls that went to school with me. Another issue that I would always have is trying to make friends. Because of the fact that I didn't know people, I would get bullied a lot in school. It sucked. Everyone basically thinks I'm weird, and they would just be mean to me without getting to know me first, which is kind of, when you don't know how to speak to a person, it's I feel like I've come a long way. it's not only that I've dealt with sensory issues because certain loud noises, it would send me into a panic attack, or crowded rooms. I still don't like going into crowded rooms. I have to. It's part of life. But it's just, I felt different, which I know I was different, but it's weird. How do I explain it? So this is not really good at explaining things. It's, sometimes you have to explain it. A lot of people don't understand what, and then there's some people, it's basically under categories. Some people, they don't know what it is, but they've seen it, weird kid. And then there's some people that they know someone or are related to someone that has it. They maybe had a friend or a kid. Maybe you're like some of my past relationships that have, unfortunately, fortunately for me, because autism sucks for me, like I've said, you've dated someone with autism, and that's of struggles there. And another thing, going into sometimes be hard. Like if you're going to Walmart or something, you'll be walking into Walmart, strutting, trying to you don't like being around public places. And then all of a sudden, you'll think you're, and then suddenly, boom, social interaction. There's a person that is next to you that is trying to speak to you and interacting with anybody, and you don't know what to say. And sometimes you just, you say hi, or the weirdest thing that you could possibly say to the person, and you wouldn't even, like something weird, like you'd say, "I like your pants," or something that's really awkward and out of it, and you wouldn't even mean to. And then there's, of course, all the loud noise people that like to stare and be rude if you are or just being plain awkward and you don't mean to, but that's the only way you're able to function. There's a lot of people that get judged and get bullied. Like I said before, I've definitely had my fair share of that. I didn't just make this video to share. I've also made this video so I could encourage others that they could choose their goals and live their dreams and do whatever they're able to do. Because I was pretty bad. I didn't know a lot, but I was on medication. I've been to church, and trust and believe, for those of you who don't believe this, I will be the first, but I will tell there is power in prayer, because sometimes I needed help, and no one else could just talk to God about it, and I got help. It's hard to explain. But I'm just gonna say, if you don't know how to express things, and if you're scared to tell your stories, let me just say, don't be afraid to tell your story. There's a lot more to my story. First time on YouTube, and I am really nervous right now. I'm not even looking at the camera because I'm not good at, but don't be afraid to share your story, and don't to take the fear, just conquer them. Just conquer your fears and do whatever you can to be a productive member of society. Wanted my own place, and not a lot of people believed in me. Not a lot of people believed I could do it, but in the end, I did. People with autism cannot live on their own, but they can. In fact, right now, I own an apartment, and I can take care of myself, and I can do things that I wanted to do. But really big thing for people to have autism and take care of themselves, but it can be done. And I really encourage anyone would be the word. Anyone that lives through or suffers from autism, it doesn't matter, bipolar, depression, any of it. I encourage you all story. In fact, if you want to, you could even leave it down in the comments and tell people are scared. Sometimes people are scared to show their stories, but you shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm gonna get off this video now, but I hope this encouraged somebody.